Welcome back, my friends, to the Psychic Next Door. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. And those of you that have been with us throughout the duration, we are so grateful for you. My name is Rayla, and I am a psychic medium. All the readings you will see on my channel and otherwise are spirit-led. I simply use the tarot as a tool for additional insights and clarity. Please take a moment to subscribe and like my channel. It allows my readings to reach those that are in much need of messages from Spirit. Also, make sure to check out your yearly reading for 2025. They are jam-packed with some excellent messages and predictions that are coming your way. All right, let's dive into your beautiful reading, my Cancer friends. This reading will encompass the next 4 to 6 weeks. However, keep in mind, timing is fluid, so maybe this is already happening to you or perhaps it's on the way. Remember, these readings are not one-to-one. They are general readings, so if it doesn't resonate with you, please just leave it behind. So I will tell you, during my meditation, the song Abracadabra, I think it's by Steve Miller, and that song kept playing in my head during the meditation I was having for you. And I also saw the Magician card during that meditation. I know a little bit about the song, that it was inspired, or it was written because he was inspired by Diana Ross. But the overall message of that song is someone who perhaps is about to embark on a new chapter. You're taking a chance, and you're kind of wanting to see where things go. For some of you, it's going to be in relation to a relationship. But others of you, and I will say it's a larger percentage, they're showing me about 70% of you, this is actually in regards to a new step you're taking, whether it be spiritually, in the financial realm, not so much relationship for most of you, okay? Look at what I just drew. The Magician card. So that's Spirit. That's Spirit's way of confirming that the information that was coming through during your meditation is in fact valid and for you. So something new is coming your way, and that's a fact. For some of you, it's kind of like you're going back to a time, and they're highlighting Page of Pentacles. Now just bear with me. I'm just kind of wanting to develop the pics, the video pics that I'm getting from Spirit for you all. A new page is turning for you guys, right? That's where this Death card is coming in. You're leaving what no longer serves you. But this is almost in regards to like life purpose. It's a shakeup. It's a shakeup that you're really making a change. For some of you, a finger snaps, you wake up one morning and you're like, I'm going to go for it. For others of you, it's going to require a little time and attention, kind of like a methodical approach. Okay, the 8 of Cups. You're already to a certain part of your life that perhaps you have a career that's developed, you've been in it for some time, or you've done, let's say, 3 or 4 things within a career sector, right? But you kind of maintain the same schedule, the same type of work-life balance, like everything has been the same, okay? You haven't taken major chances. You know, perhaps, I'm not saying you haven't gotten promotions or anything of that nature. That's kind of not what they're wanting to say here, but it's kind of like you've done things how you feel they should be done, right? And your chances that you've taken, while you may have taken some, are minimal. They're not really earth-shattering, okay? But the shakeup comes. The shakeup comes because you're thinking that you want to take this chance that you've never taken. You're wanting to start something. And it looks like it's something perhaps you developed in your early days, that you've thought of developing in your early days, but you never did. You started, you stopped, you started, you stopped, and now you're finding that this is the time and place. And that's where these 3 cards are really being highlighted, in addition to your overall card, the Hermit. You're going to be taking some time in the next 4 to 6 weeks and so on to kind of go inward. you're going to really dissect and dive into, and it's pretty big. It's kind of like life purpose big, okay? And life purpose doesn't mean that you're famous or you're changing the world in some massive and dramatic way, but you're kind of moving towards what you were meant to do here, okay? Not saying this career that you've built and this life that you've built isn't part of that, because it is, okay? It's a piece, but now it's kind of like you're turning the page. You know when they say sometimes individuals have a midlife crisis, you know, that's always interpreted like in such a negative way. But in fact, it's kind of like a new layer peeling for you. You've reached a certain part of your life. Well, you've been there and done that. But now you want to go hard. Now you want to turn the page. Okay? And perhaps in the past you've thought, and they're highlighting the Fool card, that this was like a whimsical thing and like, oh my gosh, why would you even do that at this age? And why would you even try to create something when you're stable? But something is missing. Something is missing, my Cancer friends, right? They're showing me an individual who is fulfilled in many aspects of their life, right? And you've done things in the traditional sense, et cetera, et cetera. That's kind of like why they're highlighting the Knight of Pentacles. But it's like you're shifting, guys. You're shifting from this Knight of Pentacles to Knight of Swords. Balance, harmony, constant, foundation. These are all the words that I'm seeing. Okay? I'm also seeing it playing it safe. Okay? You've played it safe. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, playing it safe is responsible. You know, you have to pay bills, you have a family, you have obligations. Right. Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with what you've done so far. They keep bringing that up, so I just kind of want to keep putting it out there. But now it's kind of like your time. This is your chance. This is your opportunity, right? So for some of you, it's kind of like you've reached this new day, right? You've come to this conclusion, this midlife crisis, if you will, this turning page in your life. And it's going to shake you up a little bit, but in a good way, right? And of course, there's some fear here. You're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this or go for it. But you're going to get beyond that. That's what Spirit is sharing with me. The majority of you, you're going to keep your eye on the prize, is the phrase that I'm seeing. You're going to go from that conventional type momentum to a little bit more whimsical, right? And you're not doing like a 180, okay? But it's like, I see it in quarters. Perhaps you're taking a couple steps in this direction, right? And the Magician is now being highlighted. They want to talk about finances. So perhaps your finances are currently stable. For some of you that are going to take this challenge, this next step full on, there's going to be some instant gratification as far as financial reward. For some of you, they cut the card in half for me visually when they want me to convey two different types of messages. For others of you, this is going to start out as, I don't want to say a hobby, but perhaps baby steps, if you will. You're going to grow in a small, methodical manner, kind of like you did your life so far in those kind of steps, and that's okay too, okay? But you're going to get someplace new. They're showing me they're showing me a visual of an individual who often doesn't take a lot of time to really reflect. They just kind of do what they have to do. I'm seeing the word routine. The Hermit is coming in full force during this period. They also want me to take the Queen of Cups. And this is the first time they've actually had me do that. These two cards encompass the macro view. The Hermit and the Queen of Cups is what's currently going to be unfolding for you. Now, for some of you, you may just say, you know what? I don't want to do this. I'm not going to do this. And that's it. But it's a small percentage. Many of you are going to go for it. Okay? You're going to start encompassing more, and it's cliche because it's the card, but more magic in your life, right? There's going to be a spark that you didn't know was there that's going to come through, right? And it's kind of like, you know, when you get a little bit of something that you really like and you're like, oh man, I want more. That's kind of like how I see this process. Okay, that's how I see the visual, right? You're going to do a few things and it's going to feel really good. And it's going to fill your cup. Okay, because the Queen of Cups, she's focused and determined, but she's also looking at what fills her emotionally and internally. It's not all about finances and routine, right? It's kind of like you're taking a different step in your life. And it's going to feel really good because it's kind of like been dormant for you. You've kind of like put it to the side, right? Perhaps you kind of leave emotion out of things. You just kind of do. And that's kind of like the visuals that I'm getting for you guys, all right? But you're opening, and they're showing me opening Pandora's box, right? Which is why the Tower's popping through, why the Fool's coming through. The Death card, it's kind of like who you thought you were all this time. It's like this new layer evolves. And there's pockets and moments of happiness, okay? And while there is financial gain through this, it's more of an emotional, right? Emotional journey that's coming your way. So my beautiful Cancer friends, that is like the main message of what's unfolding for you. You know, I mean, clearly the year started January 1st, 2025, right? And we're going into February, right? We're in the midst of February. It's kind of like your year is just starting, if that makes sense, right? They're showing me opening Pandora's box again. So it's without question, this new layer of your life is coming. Okay, and if you'd love to share some of it or what you've been feeling and thinking in the comments, I'd love to hear it. It's interesting how I've noticed that when some of you tend to comment, others kind of jump in and there's like a conversation that started. Okay, so perhaps in these situations, you're also meeting someone that has similar values and qualities that are going through this journey as well. Because sometimes you kind of feel alone. You know, they're highlighting the Hermit where you just kind of feel to yourself and it's like, wow, I don't know if I want to do this, and you don't really talk to anybody about it. But sometimes just a different type of connection on a chat of some sort, right? Kind of fuels the fire. So feel free to talk to each other and share. I love when you guys do. It brings so much more positive energy to the readings and this channel. And I'm truly grateful for all of you. All right, we are going to draw two more cards, my friends. I'm going to draw a Spirit Animal Oracle card for you guys. And then I'm also going to draw a Mind Info Oracle card. And these should tie the readings. Whoa, well, actually, they had a different thought, and they gave me two cards for you guys for the Spirit Animal Oracle card. So we are going to go over those. The first one you got is Snake Transformation. You will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Change is in the wind. You are at the center of it all as the catalyst. To smoothen the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. Again, this is exactly what this reading has been all about. And some of you, they're showing me like a seesaw, a vision of a seesaw. You're hemming and hawing. Okay, you're kind of like, oh yeah, this feels good. No, it doesn't. Okay, I feel this energy, perhaps a lack of confidence. Your second card is Raven, Confidence. You are encouraged to disconnect from the physical or materialistic plan and move to the spiritual realm. You have a deep spiritual connection which you must not ignore. You are on the brink of transformation, and your divine purpose may be revealing itself. Divine purpose. Again, words that I specifically used for you guys during this reading. Okay, Spirit is validating. This is your journey. This is what's coming for you. This is what you can achieve and have if you want it. You just got to go get it. You got to go get it, Cancer friends. All right, that final card in this Oracle deck is Create. You're being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. This part of you needs extra attention right now. It needs to be expressed in a bigger way. My Cancer friends, this was an excellent reading for you, and we'll talk soon.